look like I have a microphone coming out of my head? Sure. Is that okay? Okay. We'll just wait for John to come through the door, and then we'll start. Good morning. It's wonderful to see your smiling faces. Y'all should have a chance to be here and sit and look at the face of God. It's a very good gig. So my name is Sally Kasner, and I have the honor of being your practitioner today. And so as we open our meditation, I invite you to sit comfortably. However that is for you, I promise God does not care how you're sitting. Close your eyes and take a couple of nice, deep, relaxing breaths. Feel yourself relax. And just breathe naturally. And take a moment now and feel the center of your being. Breathe into that center. And at the center of your being, you'll find pure light, perfect love, total peace, and complete freedom. For you are light, love, peace, and freedom. So take a few minutes now to appreciate this truth of your being. I'll call you back when it's time. So as I invite you back into this room, take a deep breath. Open your eyes and celebrate the miracle that you are. And here's an affirmation I'll leave you with. At the center of my being, I am pure light and perfect love. I radiate total peace and complete freedom. Namaste.
wait a few more minutes for people to come in. Kind of bring them in. Bring them in. Good morning. So wonderful to see you all. I have announcements. First, thank you to Sally for the beautiful pre-service meditation. To all who participated and made the graduation ceremony yesterday such a success, to Hazel and her crew, the hospitality crew, the tech crew, and everybody else who attended. Thank you. Our hospitality circle has been working hard. I'm happy to announce that we will be restarting food and fellowship and coffee before service. Please join us after service as we munch and mingle. Starting next week, please bring individually wrapped treats. New membership orientation is Saturday, the 24th, from 9 to 12 in Sibley Hall. If you want to come online, there will be a link. Please contact Reverend Kathleen. This is a chance not only for those who are contemplating membership, but for anyone who wants to reconnect with our principles. And I yield the podium to Clay, who has an announcement. Thank you.
Hi guys. Hi, I'm Clay. I'm the tech director here at CSL Prescott. We still have openings for tech volunteers if you guys would like to come join us. There's lots of cool training involved, and these are skills that really all small businesses need right now. So please come back and join us. I'll teach you how to do live streams, and you guys will be doing us a huge favor as well. Thank you very much.
Good morning. It's good to see you all here. My name is Sally Kasner, and I'm your practitioner for today. And I'm looking at two brand new ones, so we are celebrating their being here. As most of you know, practitioners primarily do two things. We teach and we pray. And this is my opportunity to pray in our service. So we take a moment now to recognize the presence of God right here, right now. Sitting in the chair where you are and in the chair next to you. We are surrounded by the goodness and the wisdom and the unconditional love that God brings to each and every one of us. And from this place of awareness, we bless this service and are grateful for the message and the music and the fellowship that follows. Thank you, God. And so it is.
everyone. My name is Reverend Kathleen Sibley. It is my joy to minister to you today. Please know that whoever you are, wherever you're from and wherever you're watching from, whatever judgments you had when you looked in the mirror this morning, you are entirely welcome here, just as you are and just as you are not. We are a teaching and healing center. So if you showed up broken, that's job security for, feeling broken, because you're not really. I just consider that an opportunity to finally use the skills that I spent tens of thousands of dollars learning. And what we all know is that we are here by divine appointment. There is a reason we're here. There is a reason why we keep coming back. And there is a reason why we're on the planet here and now. And it is the Spirit within us that does that, that tells us that. Yes? Okay, I seem to have started my talk, so I'm going to roll this back. Helping us out with the purpose of this center, which is to provide spiritual tools that transform lives and do something else. What else is it?
Make the world a better place.
And make the world a better place. I just wanted to know if you knew it. Just kidding. We have a circle of licensed professional practitioners that, as has been said, is expanding. There is something in the back of my head saying 25 and 25. Let's have 25 practitioners by 25. 25? No, 2025. Whoa, that's a low aim, Kat. Our practitioners are the consciousness, are the power, are the fire behind what we do. They teach and pray. So keep an eye out for the next set of classes that we'll be rolling out. And if there is anything that is making you feel unloved, unwanted, unwelcome, if there is anything that is taking you out of your joy today, I ask you to please contact a practitioner. If you're physically here, there's a purple form in the back of the seat in front of you that you can drop into. As you walk out, there's a brown box that is for prayers. There's also another box for your donations if you want to do that. But you can also call our practitioners. You can contact them online via either the main mailbox for the Ministry of Prayer or individually. You can see their pictures and their contact information online. It's all available to you. There is power in our word, and if you will use these tools, this stuff works. Now, there are many tools, and we take them from many different places. And I'll ask you to come up. And so at the beginning of each service, we begin this way, because the Center for Spiritual Living honors all faith traditions. As we light a candle for the world's religions, it is to acknowledge both our multiplicity and our unity.
We light a candle for Christianity, based on the teachings of Jesus the Christ, who taught the path of love, forgiveness, and healing by the presence within.
For Islam, the practice of submitting to the will of God as revealed to his prophets, peace be upon them, who taught that there is one God, creator of the earth.
For Judaism, a community of shared laws, traditions, and family ties, which began with the covenant between Abraham and God.
For Buddhism, the middle path that ends suffering and awakens mindfulness and compassion.
For Hinduism, the path of knowledge, action, and devotion.
For all of the indigenous and Native American traditions, as we say in the Southwest, those who walk the good red road, including the people of the sun that we know as the Yavapai.
For Baha'i, the path of unity and peace.
For the goddess traditions, embracing the divine feminine as maiden, mother, and crone or wisdom keeper.
And for the science of mind, which is a philosophy of life that teaches there is a power for good in the universe, and we can use it.
Thank you, ladies. Not to worry. Now, we also have our own litany of truth that we share, and I will ask you to say it with me, cognizant of exactly what you're putting out there as truth. We are here for God. Our purpose is to express the nature of God as love, abundance, and joy in everything we do. The good we seek for ourselves is what we desire for all people everywhere, and so it is.
Video yesterday of the composer of this song, Michael Gott, performing it. And I figured it was time to do it again. It's called I Will Be. Sing along with me.
Here I am, a vessel.
Wherever God is leading me, I will go. So as we take a few minutes for our in-service meditation, I invite you to relax and close your eyes. Feel the presence of Spirit loving you and guiding you. Take a couple of minutes to think of something good in your life that is growing, blooming, bursting into greater expression. Now fill your mind with gratitude for this growing good. Know that this is God expressing through you. And now bring your gratitude-filled heart back into this room. And when you're ready, open your eyes and notice all the people who are growing good in their lives. All is truly well. Namaste.
So many ways to know all is truly well, and one of them is to know that Tom and Krista Agostino are here to perform for us this morning.
Yeah, GC&D. GC&D. We kept it simple so he can play along.
We recruited him, and he's never played this before, but we know that he can and does and will.
This is a song I wrote during quarantine. Every musician wrote a song or two there, their COVID song. This was mine, and it fits so well now too. So I sang it for you once over our Zoom services, but I really want to sing it for you here, where you can sing along with us. And the song is called "Blessing Everything." Everything, blessing everything. Open up and let your heart sing. Go ahead, feel the joy it brings when we're blessing everything. Everything, blessing everything. Open up and let your heart sing. Go ahead, feel the joy it brings when we're blessing everything. I took a walk down my street, tip my hat to everyone I meet, and the rain falls on my dancing feet. I'm blessing everything. Everything, blessing everything. Open up and let your heart sing. Go ahead, feel the joy it brings when we're blessing everything. I hold the world in my hand, so much I just don't understand. But I'm doing the best I can. I'm just blessing everything, yeah. Everything, blessing everything. Open up and let your heart sing. Go ahead, feel the joy it brings when we're blessing everything. Come on, brother. tell us what it's all about here now.
I wanna help, wanna make things right. I'm gonna pray with all my might. The darkest days are gonna be filled with light.
Filled with light. Everything, blessing everything. Open up and let your heart sing. Go ahead, feel the joy it brings when we're blessing everything. Everything, blessing everything. Go ahead and let your heart sing. Go ahead, feel the joy it brings when we're blessing everything. Turn around and look behind you right now.
Isn't that beautiful?
And blessings. And the reason a couple people had to get up and leave was to go fix their windows, I assume. Yeah, we bless. I was taught in Catholic school that St. Paul told us to be grateful in all things, not necessarily for all things when they come streaming in the back of our car, right? So we are continuing this month being pulled by a vision. It requires us being pulled by a vision to become practitioners with or without a license. There is a great deal of trust in following a vision. There must be a great deal of faith. And so for those who step onto this spiritual path, there's also got to be moments of what the heck have I done? Why am I here and why am I doing this to myself? And that's okay. Just because we have the uh-oh moments, and yes, I cleaned that up, doesn't mean that we don't have faith. Without doubt, there is no great faith. I wish I could remember who said that first, but I'm claiming it now. Yesterday, when we were having our beautiful celebration of our practitioners, not just the newbies, but the people who have been doing this 10, 15, 35 years, when we were doing that, I am told there were a few tech problems. As the new comes into our life, we're gonna have to roll with it. As the new comes into our life, we're gonna have to find a way to bless it. We're gonna have to find a way to say, okay, well, that happened. I didn't know it. I didn't know most of what was going on. Because our tech team is that good. Our music is that. The law for us, for those of you who don't know, is what we call the law of cause and effect. Cause is what some people call God. It is the principle of life that is behind all manifested things. Everything physical in this world, everything you have ever experienced, began as an idea in the mind of God. It was then, we believe, kind of filtered through our personal beliefs, filtered through our fears, filtered through our joys and our trust and our desires. And all of that was made manifest at the physical level. All of that is now what you see before you. Some of it we like, some of it we will not be ordering again. How's that? We may not send it back to we might even send it back to the kitchen, yeah? I used to play a game with my dad where we would go to a restaurant where we couldn't read the menu because it wasn't in English and just point to different parts of it. To me, that's the taste of vacation now. I may not like what I end up ordering, but I tried it. What the heck? Turns out you put enough garlic and butter on something, even snails taste good. So when we get on this spiritual path, what we know, the only thing we truly, truly know with a capital K is that God is, and God is all there is. In Deuteronomy, it says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength." That is one culture's way of saying God is all there is, and when we focus on the divine being, the pure and perfect divine being, everything down here at the level of effect begins to reflect that divine being more accurately, because that's what we're looking for. That's what we choose to see, yes? Now, I came to you, God, it must have been this month, and talked about what it's like to live with major depressive disorder. And I talked about it in my own experience as it doesn't mean you're broken, it doesn't mean you're bad, it doesn't even make you a bad religious scientist. It means that my superpower is that I know better than to believe everything I think. Yeah? So to me, that can be flipped over and made a blessing. And once I got to that part and got honest about it, all of a sudden, all of the ways that I could get help showed up. The ways that other people were telling me were not open to people who live in Prescott were suddenly very easily available to me for like $10 an hour. It was redonkulous. Not because I'm better at this stuff, and not just because I've been doing it longer, but because I know the same thing that part of you already knows, or you would not be here today. Pause for emphasis. There is a part of you that already knows that the life within you is sacred. There is a part of you that already knows that if you will keep your eyes, if thine eye be single, thy body will be filled with light. I happen to have a personal covenant. That's my deal with God, the God of my understanding. And the piece of wisdom that I have attached to it, one of the two, is if thine eye be single. If thy third eye, if thy eyes are both working toward looking at God and only God, good and only good, spirit in its purest form, my body is filled with light, and what goes on around me, then I am right with God. Now, it doesn't mean I don't listen to you guys. It doesn't mean I don't take it all into the prayer chair with me. It doesn't mean that I don't mess up. Apparently, while I was learning how to do this, talking to that camera and all of you, and trying to be a priest in the order of Melchizedek, trying to learn how to do this while being signed, I used to rattle off names really fast, and that's why I said the word that starts with the letter M that I won't repeat. You know, I'm going to mess up, guys. That's the only promise I make to you in new member orientation. I am going to do things that tick you off. Our way of handling that is to go to prayer. And if you do a peaceful place in your heart, you go to a practitioner. And then you go to the person you have a problem with in private. And that is our agreement in this center. And we all do our best to keep it. I will tell you that when I walked onto this platform this morning, I was fully aware that I had not written a talk. Part of it was I wrote a talk for yesterday, and I apparently can't have two talks in my mind at the same time. But I have been up for many hours now going, okay, God, you have never failed me before. You have never not given me something to say that was true. I've been talking for at least 5 minutes, and so far, we seem to be doing okay. part of what we need to do is free our minds from the idea that what happens here at the level of effect is primary. It's still important. It's terribly important. What we do here is as much God as what we do in our prayer chair. What we do when we're talking to somebody at Fry's is as much a spiritual what we do when we start this service, yes? Whether I'm talking to you online or whether I'm talking to you in person, whether you're watching this 3 weeks from now, 3 months from now, 3 years from now, yay tech. All of it is God. And so what we do is we look at our world and say, how is God being reflected back to me? And how are my false beliefs being reflected back to me? And so I've been sitting in my chair a lot going, we take responsibility for our lives. And when we do that, we give ourselves another superpower. When I take responsibility for everything in my world, whether it's my depression or my beautiful glass collection or my 2 cats that I serve or, the fact that my car starts every time I turn the key, that was not always true. Sometimes it was an adventure every time I got in my car. When I take radical, requires a lot of loving kindness. And if it may not make us popular with the status quo. That is one of the warning labels I try to remember to do at the beginning of our very first class, which is Foundations. As you change, you might need to change some of your relationships. They might need to shift form. Some of them might even need to end. But I promise you, as used to be said by Fred Vogt, never has an angel left my life, but an archangel walked in. There are angels in this world, and they look a lot like humans. They look a lot like the people in this room. That's just an archetype. I'm not actually, using angel cards and stuff at home. I have. There's nothing wrong with them. But understand that when I speak of an angel, I speak of a message of the divine. Aim of God. And that is you. And that is you. And that is you. And that is you, wherever you are and whenever you're listening to this. There is a power in the universe that is greater than we are, and we use it all the time, whether we meant to or not. The power of cause is always being filtered through our mental and emotional stuff, especially the subconscious stuff, and being made into form. That is something we just acknowledge as a natural law. You can argue with it all you want. I'll be over here waiting until you're done. Actually, I'll probably be arguing it with your right to say it. Now, I don't know who said that first. As far as I'm concerned, it was Peggy Kelly, my mom. I found out that some of her other sayings came from the Little Red Book written by Mao Zedong, and I stopped looking them up. Because I'm not sure I want to know if that's Shakespeare or the Communist Party's manifesto. But there's wisdom everywhere, right? I can go to the sleaziest romance novel and get a sermon out of it. Because God wrote that too. And I'll probably enjoy it. I probably already read it. So, we do our best. We clear our mind, and we are loving with ourselves. And overall, we trust the divine is in this room, that it is now available to all of us. That by the power of my word, any false beliefs, any old beliefs, any fears that might be in the between us and our good, they are now gone. I deny that they have any power over me. I set a new cause into action, and I know that we are all lifted up. I know and claim for all of us that there is a new day dawning, and while it might be raining right now, it's rain in the desert, people. It's a miracle in and of itself. It is this beautiful good that is now being shown to us, that is reflected in every aspect of our lives, because spirit as it truly is reflected in every aspect of our lives. And in this moment, I claim the Thank you so much. Please be seated. This is the time when, in the past, we would have collected the offering. At this point, I invite you to either learn to text to tithe. There are instructions out by the giving box. Or if you wish, you can also put a physical check in there. You can also go to our website and donate that way. But what we do here is sanctify that gift as a means of telling the universe that whatever we're getting out of this, we want more of it. So take your gift or your hand and hold it over your heart as we bless these offerings by saying, divine love, in and through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, life. And so it is, and thank you for coming back up.
I love this rain and the thunder. Kind friends all gathered round. There's something I would say. What brings us together here has blessed us all today. Up your heart to the tears and the laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. I've walked these mountains in the rain. I've learned to love the wind. Been up before the sunrise to watch the day begin. Well, I always knew I'd find you, though I never did know how. Like sunshine on a cloudy day, you stand before me now. So give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and the laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. When love is made of fire and planted like a seed, love can't give you everything, but it brings you what you need. Love comes when you're ready. Love comes when you're afraid. It will be your greatest teacher, the best friend you've ever made. So give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and the laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. You must give yourself. If love is what you're after, open up your heart to the tears and the laughter, and give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. So, things for you to know. Next Saturday morning at 9 a.m., we will be doing what we call the new member orientation. This does not mean I lock the doors behind you when you're stuck being a member. You're allowed to come and just ask questions, okay? But if you are considering membership, whether you live in Prescott or not, please do be part of that conversation. Please do be part of helping everyone figure out how do we have equal love within us for the congregation here and the congregation that might be on vacation right now, might be unable to drive in this weather, might be living in Timbuk 1, didn't even make it to Timbuktu. Whatever works for us. We are going to find a way to make all of this work. And so I will introduce and invite in the kids. If I could cut you to talk into the mic on the podium. You guys get the podium. I know Seamus has wanted that podium for
I guess. And then we're trying to make a pencil bridge with pencils and rubber bands. And we have to hold one of our cards on the bridge. So
cool.
Yeah.
Take out the negative, throw in the positive, and then see what we can do with that. That's what we're doing.
Beautiful. Do any of the other kids have stuff to say? Diane? Diane, you're one of the kids.
No, that's
Okay.
I'm still curious about the pencil bridge puzzle because we haven't solved it.
Okay. So we are adding something for the next at least 4 weeks that you might have picked up the sheet and you can take it home with you to pray on at home. And we have it up here. I would ask you to stand. The kids wrote a prayer. And so we're going, if you like, and open ourselves to experiences of value and awesomeness that families seek. This good we create for ourselves, we create for all beings everywhere. Our hearts sing songs of thanks.